War. War never
been so much fun. Never been so much fun. Never been so much fun. Never been so much fun.
When Oblout was released, everyone with half a brain cell was pissed, but the same people started to hype up with standalone add-on, and don't stop to this day, which says everything about the weight of their opinion on Oblout and on Outhouse Worlds.
Gentlemen, behold! Corn!
Oh, well, hey. You know, this is pretty nice. Yeah, and I am kind of hungry.
Good! Then let the mating begin! Gentlemen, I bring you more corn!
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, after last time...
This time shall be different!
Yeah, well, alright. Because I am hungry again.
It's not different at all! Is it, Steve?
First of all, this shit is filled with bugs. Besides the expected misaligned textures and all the crashes, some of the main quests are unplayable. They are soft locking the game. I had to open the developer's tools and issue progression commands one by one, reading them from the wiki. Or how about a random dude just running up to me on the street, punching my face, after which every NPC in the entire game became hostile. The only thing we were chasing with this release is the Metacritic score, with zero care for the quality. It was released many years ago, and to this day they fixed nothing, despite it still being sold for real cash. Also, it is divided into ghettos, so my Steam version, which I bought with my money, isn't integrated into Steam properly. So yeah, the second Oblout is just more of the same Oblout. Claiming that this has anything to do with Fallout is quantifiably false, like there's absolutely nothing in common. And I'm not even talking about the isometric view strawman argument. Fallout is a unique combination of different mechanics. It takes the classic CRPG structure of the overworld map travel and random encounters, uses deep turn-based tactics combat instead of line fight or to phase 1, imbues dialogue trees with stat checks and integrates RPG elements into them. And on top of it all, it implements point-and-click puzzles and structure into the whole thing with a ton of alternative solutions. But this garbage is obviously not an adventure game. It's an extremely bad FPS game of that Serious Sam paradigm, where the enemies just run at you in a straight line, but with no according kinesthetics or gunplay. VATS is created for people handicapping themselves with tractor controls, and it is not just useless, it actively makes things worse. While you just shoot everyone, most of the guns have pinpoint accuracy, but once you open VATS, it calculates your stats to have 5% chance to hit. Why would you ever use it if you can just run backwards and blink at their gloves with .22, or just climb something they can't reach? The dialogues are crap too, both in the writing and in the mechanical execution. The game openly tells you all the stat checks, so you can just stop talking, eat some drugs and pass the stat checks again. And of course Oblout uses the terrible Oblivion talking head system of dead puppets staring at you with empty eyes. This shit is not here nor there. It attempts to have some hardcore realism and hides enemies levels, so you can see two hobbies with shotguns, but one can be level 5 and the other level 50, because you are not supposed to go there yet. This Oblivion Lost wannabe is not Stalker, and is not even Borderlands, and it's worse than both. The gunplay is utterly insufferable, and the progression is not skinnery enough. And yes, naked dudes with a shotgun are superior to you wielding an endgame energy rifle, and you wearing enclave armor, which is a painfully ugly rubber leotard, instead of the iconic power suit walking tank. Having such conventionalities in a CRPG is okay due to you taking a role of a hand of God, looking down from the sky. But in a first-person shooter, it was painful even back in the arena. And when it's guns instead of sharpened metal sticks, it's even worse. Since it's a The Elder Scrolls game, you are role-playing as a hobo collecting garbage on the street for all your hobo crafting needs. And the game is littered with the crap you want to collect. Because in the past hundreds of years, no one did pick the world clean. And I'm not talking just about empty tin cans, but even food, even when it's on the shelves of the store, and it's still somehow okay to eat. Also, overtimers for drugs are fake. They do not run while you sleep for days, only in real time, tied to your real life. You are always running over encumbered, and since there is no hard limit, there is no reason not to. All you lose is the stupid fast travel, which ruined the RPG genre as a whole. You can collect hundreds of tons of garbage in a location and then run backwards to your base, since it's faster than running forward. The whole instant travel is already a terrible thing in a wannabe RPG, but there's even a skill opening you the entire map early, which is tiny, a really tiny map. And how the hell you can have Pip-Boy 3000 when the last one was the peak of pre-war technology and was so miniature it could fit into a giant suitcase. The level cap is really low, and you hit it way before the end of the game, and when you don't have even this keen incentive to force yourself to suffer through this shit. And hobbies with shotguns are still overleveling you. Some, very few characters sometimes are mildly interesting for a second, but that passes really fast. Lily, despite or because her concept being so stupid, is the only memorable one. I can't even name any other test slop companions anymore. The whole writing is obviously garbage, and the story is terrible with a terrible narrative. With NCR basically rebuilding the society even more, they had to move the action into another border territory with some wilderness still left. But somehow people went back to using the bottle caps near the factory of bottles. Independently of the first Fallout society, the bottle caps were guaranteed by the hub, and there's a ton of currencies floating around to no point. They are not used to flesh out the world. They are not a part of the narrative, which is absent, and only waste space of the already terrible cramped one-dimensional interface. If it was only NCR and Legion currencies, with their value changing because of your decisions and critical plot points to take one or the other side, that would work. Or since this whole village is under the influence of New Vegas, it would have been cool to have only casino chips as currency, and both NCR and Legion ones being devaluated and marginalized. The bottle caps are just a cargo cult. The world building sucks absolute arse. These people live here for hundreds of years and no one bothers to clean their house. Like, you can go live in the woods right now. You can build your log cabin and the first thing you will do is sweep the floors and clean them. Yet these garbage dumpster hobbies never clean anything. They never bother to build new buildings, and they never bother to repair their old ones, instead of preferring to be in dirty clothes under a dirty open sky. If you want to know what would have really happened in real life in such situation, just look at what players built in Fallout 4. No one builds ugly dirty shanty towns with broken toilet rooms. People build giant mostly clean McMansions or even Soviet apartment blocks with a working elevator. A half of the quest and the storylines end with nothing. The entire fight between NCR and the Legion over New Vegas is garbage. Both factions are represented only by tiny outposts. Your contribution is meaningless, since you can't wipe out or subdue through politics one or another. All you can do is kill a 10 or a couple of tens of one or another, leaving the entire conflict to be repeated the next year. If you killed Caesar, there's the whole Legion left, and when the whole game itself says your action had a minimal impact, then what's the point? You can do nothing in this story, and your action is meaningless diegetically. And what's up with the whole Legion? NCR has restored civilization and industry. They have money press, they have clean bathrooms, and they clean their houses even better than the walled city. And a bunch of naked hobbies with spears are supposed to pose a threat to it, an army of slaves who don't want to fight for their captors against a trained military. Evan House and his for-hire goons can deal with that crap, using their archaic cargo cult Tommy guns. The graphics in the game are disgusting to look at. Since this is the Oblivion, everything is intolerably ugly and all the characters are revolting. Akira oversized toddlers type crap. It already looked like a game from the previous century with its low-res textures on the release, but also the whole art style is peace yellow-brown. Desolate Fallout at least used bold dual colors, not with pastel pop ray bloom. All the art assets are ugly. The things which looked good in Fallout were changed to look as hideous and humanities as possible here. Well, at least you can run the game in UVS UHD surround if you edit enough files. So did you like your horse Armour? There you have it by me. This game-shaped product has a lot of crappy DLCs of a different size. Courier stash adds some junk items into the game, and the canteen, which makes the entire drinking mechanic obsolete. Guns Runner Arsenal adds a stall, selling new weapon mods and new weapons. Also it adds stupid challenges. Dead Money is a stupid heist-sized story unrelated to anything, which has a separate set of companions. It allows you to rob a vault and get tons of gold. You will have trouble spending. Honest Arts is an abysmal, unmemorable side story about tribesmen. Again, basically unrelated to the main game. The Burning Man was inside job. Old World Blues is a disgustingly terrible side story making fun of the oldest sci-fi pool. So it's basically Borderlands, but even worse. The story ends with nothing, with zero motivation to the villain. A role-playing game. It's filled with naked hobos with the worst shotguns in the game who still are better than your endgame loot because their level is higher. Well, at least you can make yourself at home in the tower. It has most of the workbenches, lockers, a big money shop, and you can grow plants in the plant beds. Lonesome Road is the only DLC actually related to the game. You go after the guy who is supposedly responsible for you being shot in the head. You never see him in the campaign, you never discover the reason why he shot you, or what the hell even have happened. All you do in this location is shoot nukes from 100 steps away and suffer no consequences. So, when you finally reach that asshole, he only wants you to listen to his tryhard edgelord school shooter Manifesto something something. The DLC is as dull and unmemorable as Honest Arts, and the Unabomber's Zodiac killer words are so stupid they make no sense. He only whines about his blues and you are somehow to blame. That idiot literally has a fuzzy, and no matter how deep you try to read into his nonsense, it feels worse than if it was written by ChatGPT, by an early ChatGPT, and worse still it was written by real humans before the new generation of AI slope was even invented.
Is it crack? Is that what you smoke? Do you smoke crack?
Какая же хуйня.